Welcome,
Hello, people.
ladies and gentlemen, to a very, very special episode of your friendly neighborhood movie. We're making history today.
We got our
Mike.
first guest. There he
James,
is.
James Douglas is
Look,
here.
it's not Brad Pitt.
It's not Brad Pitt.
It's not Leonardo DiCaprio.
Hey.
But
But it's James Douglas.
But I showed up.
He showed
what we have here, everybody, real quick, is the parking lot security cast.
That's right.
That's
right.
can we not bring that up?
We got the cast of parking lot security
Yeah.
up in here, and
We are actors.
we're a mix of everything. And yeah, James is here, everyone, and mainly because he saw the movie with us, which we're reviewing today. We're not going to get into right away, but we saw Godzilla vs Kong with us.
Yep.
And we're going to talk about it, but we're going to get right into it. Let me play the intro quick. There we go. See that magic?
Okay,
See?
yeah.
See?
I get the movie
Editing. Editing. Woo. Okay.
All
And
right.
so let's
Movie
We're
news.
gonna start with movie news, everybody.
All right,
We're gonna get right into the sauce here.
First up, we have the Loki trailer.
The Loki
official,
trailer.
What are they calling this? Just official.
This is the official second trailer.
Yeah, right. They showed a lot more in this one.
They did show a lot more in this one. A lot more.
Should we start with our guest? What you think?
What thoughts on this, James?
So
Thoughts on
Loki's
this?
definitely always been one of my favorite characters.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I think he's just such a good villain. Like people like him. He's
Yeah.
a likable character.
He's the first Avengers villain, really.
Yeah,
The first
he's
one-
been around the entire time. He's
Yeah.
the only. I think he's the only one that's really stuck
And
through all the.
Tom Hiddleston plays him great.
He's one of the more likable villains, not even MCU, but like ever. Like pretty much, I think
altogether, yeah.
overall in general,
Yeah.
and he does a great job
yeah,
doing it.
I can see myself rooting for him as like an anti-hero.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's what they're going for, it seems
Yeah.
like.
The fascinating part about this Loki that we're seeing is this Loki is fresh off the first Avengers battle.
This is not
Yeah,
our. This is
That's what's
interesting.
interesting.
so. This isn't our timeline, Loki.
This is a completely
this is
different.
a
Well, here's the thing. This Loki is kind of in the middle of it all because.
Yeah.
So supposedly, if you watch the trailer, of course, the TVA, which Owen Wilson, is
Yeah.
a part of.
They're talking about the multiple
Lightning
realities.
McQueen's there.
Yeah.
He's there talking about alternate realities and time.
Yeah.
So again, we're not big comic guys, but from what I'm picking up from this, Owen Wilson is a time cop.
Yes, that's what I understand. Which he might even show up in Doctor Strange too.
might even.
Yeah.
And
When is that supposed to be coming out?
next year.
Yeah, next year.
Next year,
Hopefully, if there's no
2022.
more
Hopefully,
delays.
if there's no more COVID
Yeah,
nonsense.
there's a lot of delays all the time.
But he's a time cop, and
Yeah.
he's pissed because he's like, Loki, what are you doing? But what's interesting is he's asking for Loki's help. Maybe because he knows Loki's a god and something like that to help him out fix the timeline.
Well, he's also the one. Apparently he's the one that started a lot of this too, because he's the one that grabbed the Tesseract. And when he did that, it created multiple realities, which is why the time cop's also pissed at Loki, but he's also looking for his help.
Yeah, looking for his help.
If that's what we're calling it.
It also looks like they're going to explore the multiverse a lot more.
A lot more.
Definitely.
Because one thing I did notice
Yeah.
was it looked like Loki was in the scene with God, I'm blanking right now.
Black Widow?
Black Widow was one of them, but I was
Yeah.
thinking, when Tony Stark and Captain America, they have to go back in time in Endgame.
Yes.
And they end up at the military base.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure one of the shots was in that military base.
Ooh,
I
hang on, I
didn't
gotta
realize
look
so.
back at
Yeah,
it.
we'll
now,
have to take a
too.
look.
Well, I wouldn't even be surprised.
There's gonna be a lot of time
I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised. I think he's
And
gonna be
Marvel
hopping
is
around.
notorious for
And I also think this might be
throwing it
the
in there.
first MCU show where we're gonna get a lot of cameos. I wouldn't be surprised
I
if
hope
we do.
so, 'cause
I think we're getting a
we're
lot of
due.
Marvel characters in there. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So you brought up the Natasha Black Widow,
Which is, I feel like it's
Are we jumping into that?
well,
no, in this trailer,
she's in it.
she's in it.
She's fucking in it.
Yeah.
At least, again, that's what it looks like, and that's what we're all taking away from it. I don't know if they're gonna turn around and be a man or something like that, some alien, but it looks like it's her.
Yeah.
And I think it's fascinating that they put that in the trailer. That seems like it would be a surprise.
That's interesting.
They're definitely.
What a
Do you
bold
think-
move.
Do you think that they'll cross the two? The Loki and the Black Widow?
That'd be interesting.
The ending of Black Widow.
They could do it.
The ending of Black Widow could definitely lead into it. I wouldn't be surprised.
Because what if? Because they were really shifting that date around. Because you do need these MCU shows and movies to come out in a certain order for it to make sense.
Yeah,
If
and
you
that's
think
why they
about
were.
it.
That's why they were pushing back Black Widow a lot.
So
too.
I almost wonder if, because this show's coming out before Black Widow, I almost wonder if they pushed it back because they were like, well, people need to watch Loki first
Yeah.
Yeah.
before Black Widow for it to make sense.
Yeah.
But who knows? I hope it makes sense too. I hope it's just
so.
not some weird thing. Because for me, what I hate is that the MCU keeps killing people off and then bringing them back. I wish they would just commit once in a while.
It's just strange to me in the scene too. It's like an all black, all purple.
I think
scene.
she's in I think she's in the stone.
It looks like she's in the stone.
I think he's in the stone.
Yeah. I think there's a high possibility that a lot of people were predicting that to begin with.
And that stone is not the Soul Stone. That is the Soul Stone.
That is the
That's the Soul
Stone.
Stone.
Yeah.
That's the Soul Stone.
I think so.
That she
I
died
get all the
for.
stones mixed up. It's a soul.
Because the Mind Stone is Vision.
Yeah, because you got to give a soul to take.
Yeah, there
you
we
got to
go.
throw him off the cliff.
Yeah, you got to throw him off the
cliff.
But speaking of that, which if Black Widow is somewhere out there,
you did mention this.
I think Gamora's got to be out there too. The original.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the original Gamora.
That's gonna be interesting.
Which might lead into Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
But it definitely looked like Natasha was already suffering from a loss at the point in the video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She definitely
So it looks like Hawkeye is already dead.
What I love though is that she's clearly in her suit.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. So are you saying that maybe this is like a reality where Hawkeye died and not her?
Ooh.
Not necessarily.
Who knows?
I just think.
Who knows?
I think you're gonna see a lot of Loki just being in the background of scenes. Loki was always there throughout every single step of the entire MCU.
He's in a lot of disguises in the trailer.
Yeah. And I mean, he's the only one that's started from the beginning and is still around.
Yeah.
From the first Avengers.
So anyway, we'll wrap this up. What'd you think of it?
Great trailer.
What'd you think?
I loved it.
I thought it was really
And we're all excited.
I wasn't excited for Loki, but this trailer really
the first trailer was like, oh, okay, cool. But this kicks it in
because I didn't realize they're going this much into the alternate reality and with the time cop. I think it's gonna be really interesting.
And just the fact that it's Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah.
It's all him.
And
they need to bring out the cleverness of Loki though.
Yes.
Yeah, and they will
because they don't expand enough on that in the MCU as it currently stands.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But they don't because they don't have the time. But now you got a singular show where it's going to be all focused on him.
And they're really going for the confusing kind of idea. Everything they're doing in the trailer makes it look like it's confusing and twisted.
Throwing us off.
Like Loki. The way Loki is.
That's his superpower.
That's what
he
a lot
is.
of surprises.
Yeah,
a lot of surprises. All right, what's up next?
Next we got Space Jam: A New Legacy. The first trailer came out for Space Jam.
Here we go.
I am so disappointed. So disappointed.
I've never been more disappointed.
Now, I'm great. I'm actually happy that you like it.
Yeah, I want to know.
We're gonna mix.
I really do want to know what y'all didn't like about it. Because what I did like about it, just off of, and I've only watched it once for the record.
Okay.
It's funny. Right when this, let me just say something. Right when the trailer came out, Ethan and I had the same ideas.
We had the
we were texting
flag.
back and forth the same thing. So
yes.
Tell us what you liked about it.
Okay, because there's something I didn't like about it. I got a feeling it's the same thing you don't like about it. I like that it looks like it's going in a different direction. Because I thought what we were going to get was, basically substitute LeBron James for Michael Jordan.
Same story.
Okay.
Same story. So the fact that they're kind of going in a new direction.
I can respect that.
I can see I can see where he's coming from there.
The thing I don't like cartoon LeBron James.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. Now I just got excited because I'm glad you said that. For someone who even likes the trailer, our biggest thing that we first called out. Well, okay.
Not even cartoon LeBron James.
Not even just that.
Just the fact that they're going to the cartoon world.
Here's my
Instead
opinion.
of having it on Earth.
Yeah,
Before I get into my take.
Yeah.
Do you guys like the first Space Jam?
I love it.
You gotta love it. It's a classic.
One of my favorite all times.
And it's magical.
Yeah.
The thing is, you lose the magic a little bit
whenever you do a remake.
Whenever you do a remake, that's
a whole other thing we have a problem with. Okay.
That is a whole other thing.
Yeah.
But that first off, the first red flag is when he goes into Toon World, he's a cartoon.
Yeah.
Didn't like that.
Why the fuck is he a cartoon, everybody? Now, I'm explaining this. I'm going to put a clip up. All right?
Yeah.
See Michael Jordan? He's live action in the Toon World. That's cool. I think, for me...
Michael Jordan is also a cooler guy, though, than LeBron James.
Okay. Maybe we'll be biased because we're all MJ. Are we all MJ over LeBron in this room? We would say.
They're neck and neck. It depends on what you need.
You guys are more sports guys than I am.
With content, yes. Michael Jordan produces better content.
Okay.
But on the court, that's a whole different discussion. We'll save that for later.
Ooh, okay.
LeBron is the more approachable character.
Yeah.
It doesn't play as well in a movie, I don't think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But again, what I liked about the first one was the mixture of what gave it its magic was the mixture of live action and animation.
Like we talked about Bill Murray, when cool Bill Murray was in the original.
Exactly, how Bill Murray was there, when he goes into the cartoon world in the end, but also a great scene. Bugs and Daffy going to get the Jordans.
Yeah,
in Michael Jordan's house.
Of the original.
And they meet the kids. Now, again, this trailer is 2 minutes, and we haven't seen the full movie yet. Maybe there are scenes like that we don't know yet.
I will say too, they do show LeBron James in the Toon World as LeBron James, without being a cartoon.
CGI though. That's like all CGI.
But it's still, at least he's not a cartoon. So I will appreciate that a little bit better.
But everything around him is a cartoon.
That's what the part I struggle with.
The characters. It's the Toon World.
That's what I struggle with. Like, I don't understand why they would take him to the Toon World. We want to see him on Earth, right?
Yeah.
I think we all on the same page.
But like, there was just something missing.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but did it bump your excitement more, James, for the movie? You would say you're more excited for this movie.
I'm more excited than I was previously because I was expecting a remake. Because I just feel like more and more today we just get the same movies over and over.
I want to say my biggest problem with it.
Okay.
My biggest problem is that they're definitely going the route of being a remake than a sequel.
Okay.
And that just frustrates the hell out of me.
I'm pissed about that.
Yeah.
From the way the trailer is put together.
Oh, they're definitely going with a remake.
It doesn't seem
think so.
Oh, 100%. Because they're retraining. They're training them in basketball.
From what you got from the trailer,
Okay,
James.
the one thing that I did think was funny, though, was when Daffy Duck tells Yosemite Sam to
Shoot the ball.
Yeah,
That was
shoot the
funny. But, okay.
But that was one of the reasons why it's proof that this is going to be a remake. That's what's scary.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Because I'm not saying they should be experts. Again, this is diving way too deep into a movie that's about Looney Tunes.
Right.
But
that's what we do. That's what we're here for.
Here it is again.
You do know we're about to review Kong and Godzilla, right?
If this is a continuation from the first Space Jam, shouldn't the Looney Tunes at least have some experience? And shouldn't they have told LeBron, "Oh yeah, we know exactly what to do"?
And like, doesn't that?
You would think they would be prepared. So in this movie, are they new characters? Are they?
Or is it just
they
is
played
it again?
with Michael
Is it
Jordan?
just a remake?
Yeah.
Like, will they acknowledge the Monstars? Like, oh yeah, we fought them before with Michael or something.
And from the trailer,
I do think they address that in the trailer, don't they?
I don't think
I
so.
thought they said something.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Because again, if they did, I would have been more happy. Because if there's at least a reference to the first movie,
that's what we need.
I'll be like, okay, sure. Like if Bugs and Lola are like, oh yeah, we played with Michael before. Okay, cool. Okay, whatever, sure. But right now, it just feels like they did a remake, and I don't feel any magic to this.
Because my personal hopes too,
there's no heart.
Up until the trailer I was actually hoping. This is what I had in my mind.
Yeah.
At the end, a LeBron and Michael Jordan team up.
In the movie,
I think Michael would do that.
I'm gonna say.
Michael would do that.
What
I
I'm
think
gonna
he
say
would.
is, I don't think we'll get a full-on Jordan scene. I mean, well, not like.
Will it be a cameo?
Not like
a little Jordan
Stanley cameo.
Yeah.
I think, like, I don't know. Maybe
I hope it's him, like, coming on to hit the last free throw. That'd be great.
That would be awesome.
Listen, either that or his post-credit scene,
or LeBron ain't gonna hit it.
Or however this basketball game goes in that CGI world. If he's watching TV and he's just like, or turns it off.
Like he's the Bill Murray of this one.
The Bill Murray.
That would be pretty funny.
The Bill Murray of this one. Yeah.
One other thing I would say about it too is what was it? Oh, the looks like the team that they're playing against.
I hate.
It looks ridiculous.
I do not like the
animation.
It
looks stupid.
The name is stupid.
I don't
the
like
Goon Squad.
The Goon Squad, and it's just like James said. Like James said, the animation.
Lillard?
Yeah, I know. Damian Lillard.
Like being a robot.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
Stupid.
That looks. His character does just.
What? And Klay Thompson's like a guy on fire. Like.
Yeah.
The animation
Ridiculous.
looks, and that's another thing. Like James said, the animation looks terrible to me.
Yeah.
I think it looks stupid.
It's
now,
not very appealing.
One thing I will say is there's a ton in the trailer alone. There's a ton of cameos of other
I was
cartoons.
pausing the trailer a couple times. You get a lot of there's like a Batman character,
You see
Scooby-Doo.
You see the Iron Giant.
King Kong.
Yeah.
There was my issue.
King
Well,
Kong's
here's
in
the
it.
thing.
King Kong's in it.
You know what I also didn't like? It feels like it's just copying Ready Player One.
Yeah.
You know, in Ready Player One, there's like
Yeah, I
Iron
can see
Giant
that.
and shit like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. If anything, I was excited for Space Jam Legacy. This trailer brought it down.
100%.
Really?
For me,
Brought
it
it
brought it down.
down.
100%.
It brought it
I was
down.
way more excited before
Very
the trailer.
surprised. We're usually on the same page with these types of things.
Yeah.
I will. There's another funny thing of the trailer. See, I do find things that were kind of funny. I love how LeBron was making a great, like he's playing a play on words, like on how he was making an ultimate team or a super team, where people always bash him for making a super team.
Okay, that's pretty good.
He was making like the
he's
Iron
writing down.
Giant.
Yeah.
That was pretty
That's
funny.
good.
That was good.
But other than that,
we're gonna see a lot of Warner Brothers owned characters in this.
I just thought it was lame. I thought it was lame. Like he's looking for his
and
son.
You know what I'll end
Come
off
on.
in again, that the animation with the CGI. I don't care if people call me old school or not. I prefer 2D.
Yeah.
I think the 2D would have been more magical than that CGI nonsense.
Yeah.
It looks too over the top.
Yeah.
It just looks too over the top.
I
But
used
Yeah,
whatever.
to me, I get if the cartoon characters change a little bit because the style is always changing.
Yeah, I mean,
but
it
the
is
fact
the
that they
times,
had
too.
to make the entire world,
Yeah.
the tune, and
Yes.
it doesn't look like old school Looney Tunes. Like I'd love it if it looked like Roadrunner and Wile E.
Yeah,
Coyote. I would
sure.
love that.
Yeah, oh,
I'd
yeah,
absolutely
sure,
love that.
okay.
But the
Yeah.
fact that it just looks like that new animation style. It's not
just
feeling.
not hitting.
For me, it just loses its heart.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I
loses
just
its
hate the
heart.
overall plot of him trying to look for his son in the Looney Tune world. It's just dumb to me.
It is
That's
silly.
stupid.
It is silly. Yeah.
All right, enough with the Space Jam. So yeah, you didn't like it. I didn't like it. You did.
You did.
That's
yeah.
fine.
I think it was pretty good.
He's
I'm definitely
an
gonna
idiot.
be watching
He's an
that.
idiot too. So.
Yeah, I guess we're all gonna pick on the rookie today.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
It's time.
it's time.
It's time.
It's time for what everyone's here for.
Yeah.
And you're here to
And
get the
y'all are
nitty.
in for a show.
Y'all are here to hear the nitty gritty on what this movie is. It just came out last week.
Yeah.
So if you're listening to this, I'm gonna try to get this out as soon as I can.
I think most people that wanted to see it already saw it because
Yeah.
it's on HBO
Yeah.
Max.
One
you
thing I
know,
will say
so-
before we start getting into
All right,
it,
so spoilers.
and it's good news.
Yeah.
Spoilers
This
are
is
fine.
fully spoilers,
Okay.
Full
but
spoilers,
just wanted
also
to make sure.
it's good news, and this is again overall good news for everybody. It did hit.
really well in the theaters.
For pandemic times,
It broke the record.
it broke
Yeah.
records.
I did see that.
And that's making me happy. Hey, we're getting back to normal.
Movies are back, baby.
Movies are back.
That
We're
was
getting back
that
to
was-
normal a little bit.
Personally, that was my first movie back.
Yeah.
since
Yeah, that was
COVID.
your first movie
and
back.
Man, I just loved being in the theater again.
I will say
It is something I
beforehand,
miss so much.
It's so fun.
before we
pre-COVID.
saw this dumpster fire, I will say the feeling I had going into the theater, I haven't had in a while.
Yeah.
Like because
Yeah.
again, for Chaos Walking, it was like whatever, but this was like, man, I'm excited.
It was
I'm
almost-
here,
Yeah.
you
it
know?
was-
There was a
Uh,
lot of promotion leading
a lot of
up,
promotion
so-
leading up to it.
To compare it with the guest we have today, it's almost like a big fight feel in UFC. Didn't it kind of feel like
Oh,
that?
it's very
It was like a
much
big
like
fight
that.
feel.
It
That's
was
what
like a heavyweight battle.
It was a heavyweight, but it's just like that feeling you get before a big fight is the same feeling I got right before the movie because I was excited
and,
for
and
it.
that's one of my favorite feelings before going into a movie. You know,
Yeah.
it's like I'm excited. Like, what are we about to see?
I probably haven't felt
You
that
know?
since like I guess Endgame.
I think so.
Man.
Yeah.
I think so. What came out
Yeah.
2019? I think. Oh, you know what's crazy?
I guess Spider-Man Far From Home had that kind of
Sure,
feel.
it had that feeling
No,
a little
Yeah.
bit.
it was more. That was more. I just enjoyed it.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
but maybe it was
not
maybe Endgame
like
was the last
the
thing.
anticipation.
Yeah.
But you know what's
really got
fucking
me
nuts?
with Endgame. It really got me with this.
Again, I know we're straying off, but what's just fucking nuts is how Endgame came out a year right before this pandemic. If
Yeah.
Endgame came out 2020,
Oh my
whew,
god.
yeah,
How much money would have it lost?
it lost, and also it kept getting pushed back. We'd all be pissed.
Oh,
Yeah.
we'd
With that
been pissed.
cliffhanger,
That
we
is,
would've been-
that is the one you need to watch in
Yeah,
the theater.
exactly.
And if you miss that kind of Marvel movie in the theaters, you're always gonna regret it. It's never the
Yeah.
same. at
So
home.
we try to promote theaters all the time because right now, unfortunately,
Yeah.
theaters are like a dying business right now with
not
COVID.
AMC.
Well,
AMC
it's struggling.
Stock is through the roof, baby.
I should have caught on to that. But yeah,
Right, yeah.
right now theaters dying. We don't want them to die. We love
don't want them to
theaters.
die.
So go to
No,
the
I
movies.
we
think
need them.
I think more and more people are missing this.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like I know I am,
Well, and
and it's something so simple.
it felt safe. Like, was it? Did you feel?
It felt fine.
Everyone was in a group, and
Yeah.
there was at least a seat in
Keep
between
your
you and the
distance
other
between
person.
people.
Yeah.
Just wear your. If you're not eating, wear your mask. I
Yeah.
put my mask on.
I thought
I will
everyone was
say though,
very
I will say though,
respectful.
if you guys remember, there was a guy sneezing or coughing. And I remember I was like, oh god, no.
I did hear a couple coughs. I heard a
I was
couple
like- I
coughs,
was just-
and I looked around because
It was
I
more
wasn't-
near you. I think it was
wasn't-
near you.
I wasn't so worried about the coughing. I was like, oh my god. The whole theater's about to go into a frenzy. Here we go.
I was like, please just be him choking on popcorn.
Listen,
Please
he's
just
good.
be on popcorn.
Part of me was just like, you know what? I'm here. Just fuck this guy. Whatever. Like
Yeah.
ignore him. But okay, everyone.
So we had a good time.
We did all mask.
We had
up
a good
after that
time.
call
So the
for
experience,
record.
the experience was fun.
Experience was fun.
But now
going
let's
back
get into
to
the
theater.
movie.
Let's
into the
get
movie.
into Godzilla versus Kong.
All right.
All right. How do we want to? I never know how to
so
start.
every
these
time
off.
we
Okay.
every time we do a movie review, it ends up in like a jumble mess. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Should we go?
Let's
through?
just start from the beginning and let's start from there. Let's
Okay.
just go.
See,
Beginning, not bad. Not bad in my opinion.
It was
now,
fine.
one thing we did notice was like the audio was off.
The audio was off, and that was really
Audio was
strange.
off
I don't
in our
know if that was
theater.
on our,
Yeah.
our
No,
theater.
so I saw it the second time, which I know it's crazy.
Did
but
you
I
watch
saw,
it in the theater a second
I
time?
saw it in theaters with my family the second time. Same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
Same
it was
thing.
Maybe
almost,
it was a movie
it was almost
thing
like they
then.
were
Yeah.
trying to distract from like the dialogue.
Yeah.
Just from the beginning.
So what I want to get out of the way before we do get into it, I mean, like, I think this movie's biggest flaw, what I want to tell everyone, is its writing and its story.
Yeah, 100%.
Pretty much, the story around the fight was the dumbest shit I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
The dumbest thing
It was
I've
the
seen
most
in a while.
unoriginal thing I think I've
Besides
ever
the
seen.
fights, there's probably one other cool thing, and we'll get into that. But okay, it starts off with Kong. Like in this music, he's having his morning routine.
Which I thought was fun.
It's
I thought
fun.
it was cool.
It's a good.
He's over on Skull Island.
yeah.
Here was the first
Chilling.
good
Yeah.
thing. If anything, here was one thing they did right.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
thought
it's a
Kong
monster
was on,
movie.
but-
You start off with the monster. No human bullshit. You got us with Kong on Kong Skull Island. But then he's walking around, and then you kind of see cameras in the trees and stuff like that, zoning him out.
Yeah.
And then here she comes. I think besides the fights, I think she's the best part of this movie. One of the good things, the little girl.
The little girl.
There's a
Yeah, I
little
think
girl.
we can all agree on that.
Yeah.
There's a little girl
Yeah.
with a doll, and she can communicate with Kong.
Yeah.
And it works because when I first saw the trailers, I'm like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
But it actually it gives
I thought it was
Kong.
fine.
They
Yeah.
spent a lot of the movie trying to tug on your heartstrings to no avail.
Yeah.
But she was good.
She was
She
good.
was like
She was good.
She gave Kong a human aspect.
You like the girl.
Exactly. She gave Kong a human aspect.
Yes,
Yeah,
perfect.
that's the best way
well
to put
said.
it.
Perfectly
Yeah.
said. And okay, it starts with a morning routine, and
Yep.
then she's in with him. And this is what I looked at you in the theater. I think we made eye contact. He grabs a tree.
And he just yaks it.
I almost and he
Chucks
jacks it, and then it reveals now. Clear this for me if you guys understood it. That facility he was in.
Yeah.
Was that facility in Kong Skull Island on Skull
It was on
Island?
Skull-
on
it was
Skull
on Skull
Island.
Island.
It's a huge dome.
It's a containment center.
Because there was a storm on Skull Island.
No. It has nothing to do with the storm.
Why was he in a containment?
That's just the way they're keeping track of him.
so he can't get out.
It's
yeah.
like it's
So
like a
they put-
cage.
they-
It's a
so-
cage.
They put a cage.
No. The reason is because if he's not in that cage, Godzilla will
come for
sense
him.
another apex predator.
So-
Yeah.
and it'll come after.
Okay, because this is
Yeah.
okay. So pretty much, it was a dome on Skull. I keep calling Skull Island.
Skull
It was a dome on Skull Island that he was inside of.
Yes.
So it was still on Skull Island. Because
Which-
at first I was like, wait, are they just simulating Skull Island? Which
Yeah.
kind of they were, but yeah, that threw me off a little bit.
It was
I didn't
like a
fully
giant
understand
cage
that.
for Kong on Skull Island. Yeah.
The humans have him captive.
Yeah.
Because I guess if anything, it was to protect him.
It's because
Yeah.
humans are being humans.
Humans are being
Yeah.
They're
fucking around,
assholes.
Humans are protecting themselves
Yeah.
ahead of everyone else.
torturing him.
Which I
We're
saw.
not torturing
Which
him,
I
but
actually read a good theory on Twitter that the humans were actually the villains of this story. But anyway, keep going.
They
think
seem
they-
like it.
they
To
definitely
me, they
were.
are.
Yeah.
To me, they are.
Yeah.
Writing wise.
Godzilla's not a bad guy in that.
They're also the villains to me.
They didn't need to be in this movie.
They ruined this movie too.
They ruined this movie.
Yeah.
But okay. So premise, he's on that little facility.
Yeah.
And Godzilla's out there pissed, blowing shit up.
Yeah.
It starts off, and even Godzilla's first scene is cool too. When
Yeah.
he shows up and destroys
That was pretty cool. Yeah, I was fine
Yeah.
with that as well.
But we also get
Wait, what was-
introduced.
One thing I do want to mention with Skull Island, when he throws the tree and reveals that he's in the dome, it was the first time where I was like, all right, this movie is clearly taking things that are popular and repurposing them. Because
Yeah.
it was so reminiscent of the Night King in Game of Thrones throwing the spear at the dragon.
Oh yeah.
It looked exactly like it. I was like, all right, that's, I didn't like that. I was like, it felt unoriginal to me.
Sure. Odd stuff. And when Godzilla shows up, we also get introduced to one of the worst characters in this movie, the podcast guy.
This whole storyline was so unnecessary.
Terrible.
And I'm on a podcast
I hate his
with
acting.
podcast guys. And, man,
Oh yeah, he gave
I would not be
podcast
on
a bad
podcast
name.
with those
He
guys.
gave podcast a bad name. Godzilla's coming. Kong.
Yeah.
It's all conspiracy.
Don't drink tap water.
Don't drink tap water.
Yeah, exactly. He sounds like he's on tinfoil hat.
Terrible character. Terrible character. I'm sorry, but terrible character.
Yeah.
There was no need for this guy, and then he survives the attack.
Well, let me go back. How was he in that facility to begin with? Did he work there?
He worked there.
He worked there. How did he get a job there when he has a podcast bashing it?
Because
right.
he stays under the radar, but it's like, come on, dude.
Come on, like
Come
everybody's
on.
listening.
Yeah.
Terrible character.
Yeah.
Terrible character.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to a character that just got totally trashed, Millie Bobby Brown, in
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
And she's like, she listens to the guy's podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like, I need to go. Why did she have... She what? She wanted to save Godzilla or some shit?
Yeah,
Well, my problem with it is just that she ran through that entire movie with these two guys
Yeah.
with no resistance.
The most...
Yeah.
The amount of plot armor
Oh
on these
my
motherfuckers
God.
was unreal.
And
Yeah,
unreal.
we'll
there was a comment I made during the movie where they're down like 33 levels and it's like lock 1,
Yeah.
2, 3,
Yeah.
and she
my
just
God.
goes boom, boom, boom.
Completely
and I was like, the
convenient.
password is 1, 2, 3. They're
And
33
she got
levels
it.
down.
Yeah.
Completely convenient for all of them. every human character I think I hated besides that little girl.
And the guy that was her friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was his point? What did he do in the movie? Think about it. He brought the van. He brought the van.
That and the stupid ending where
he dropped
the. So again, this is
we're not getting to the end yet.
I know. I want to build up to that
we got to get into
because I'm pissed.
Our point is
the little liquor thing. We got to get into.
I hate that.
Our point is the three characters that were together the whole time: the podcaster Millie Bobby Brown and her friend were the most pointless characters.
Yeah, they're
ridiculous.
And one of the biggest problems with this film.
Yeah,
biggest problem.
By
Probably
far.
the biggest problem is those three fucking characters.
And not to mention that they're meeting up with the villain, and the villain's awful too.
Oh
the acting's not good.
Terrible.
He was
horrible. He's not intimidating. He's not believable.
Yeah.
He's just not believable.
So the villain goes. It's a villain with an Asian guy, his Asian partner, which we're gonna get into too because I fucking hated this. The villain goes with his Asian partner because they need to. So the way Kong and Godzilla meet is over this other silly plot where the villain is trying to find a power to harness his machine.
Yes.
And to find this power, they need to go to this guy who went crazy about it on a book. Or something like that. He wrote a book talking about Godzilla or Kong or the powers.
Well, no, so
Hollow Earth?
So his
talking
theory,
about Hollow Earth.
His theory was that he said that all Titans came.
I actually forgot about that because he only comes up for like a minute or two of screen time. And he says he's got like 30 books just sitting there.
His theory is that all Titans came from Hollow Earth.
That was the guy that they went to.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't have gone to any other specialist than this dude.
Yeah.
Maybe he was the only one that was saying it, but they go to him and they were like, "We need your skills to lead a team to go to Hollow Earth." And this guy, he's like, "Oh, we need Kong." Luckily, he's friends with a lady that supposedly supervises Kong.
Can we talk about that too? How do you get that job? To supervise a Titan Kong?
Yeah.
She's in charge of it. And whatever she says happens.
And she is the only one at that facility, as far as I can tell.
And she's just cool. She's just cool with that little girl too.
She'd be like, "Kill Kong," they kill him. She'd be like, "Let's move Kong," they move him. Like she has so much power with a Titan.
Apparently, it's so easy just to move a Titan around because he was just like, "We need him." She's like, "Fine."
Yeah.
Okay,
we'll make it happen.
Get the giant gorilla.
So let's
date him.
Let's go back to why they're moving him. So they need him to lead them
the dumbest
through Antarctica to Hollow Earth.
Yeah.
Because he will be attracted to his hometown, his home world.
Do we need to explain Hollow Earth a little bit more?
Well, we'll get to that. But you even explaining it just now, the words that just came out your mouth.
That's the plot. That's where we are. That's the plot of the movie, right there.
The humans need Kong
to lead them to Hollow Earth through Antarctica.
And how the fuck does Kong know what to do? That's what pissed me off.
Oh, we'll get to that.
So
too.
okay. Yeah. So fast forward a little bit. They get Kong on the boat.
Which, by the way, you know what? All right. You know what? We have to be so careful. We can't let Godzilla attack Kong. So let's move him by boat through the wall.
Let's go right to his house.
Where Godzilla is literally his strongest. Probably.
Yeah, I like after the. I'm jumping ahead again, but after the fight, he's like,
"You're telling me you couldn't get a cargo plane?"
Yeah, he's like, "Is Kong scared of heights?" And that's when they decide to move him through the air. Not first. Like they didn't do that first.
We needed a fight scene first. That's what happened.
Anyway,
but Kong's on the boat, and then he's just kind of sleeping there, and he's chill. He's a little more chill than I thought. But again, they put a sedative in him. I don't know how big that needle was.
Yeah,
but they put something in him, and then he wakes up. He's calm.
Right about this part, I thought to myself, "Is this movie about to be bad?" That's what it hit me right there. I was like, "Is this movie about to be bad?" I didn't want to confirm it yet in my head, but I was like, "This is about to be bad."
I think after the battle, I did realize it was going to be bad.
Yeah, but on the boat, there's one good, cool scene. Again, back to the little girl. It's like nighttime. It's raining. Mm-hmm. He's up. He's like
sign language.
I thought it was very cool.
Yeah.
She looks at him and she signs it, and then he does like the home sign language. Home.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
It should have been done on a little girl just with him the whole time or some shit.
Yeah.
But
which is cool.
Which is kind of
nice.
Which is kind of true to the roots when you go back to the original Kong movies. It's always like, Kong has a connection with some woman.
Yeah. And we thought it was going to be
the Empire State Building.
We thought it was going to be Brie Larson in the first one, which it kind of was in Skull Island.
Pretty much was.
Similar
he held her and stuff like that. Yeah. But it was a cool scene.
It was a cool scene, but at the same time, me being a critic, like always, I'm like, how in the world did he learn it that fast? Because the little girl's so young.
Well, that you know what what we're also probably doing is like just trying to find good things in this movie, and that little girl's probably just one of the good things in this movie. Like, her. But okay, and then here we go. How did Godzilla find them again?
They never explained. He just gets drawn to Titans.
Yeah,
Right,
I think
right.
that's the thing. Is the
They're
Titans
idiots
know how
they
to
put them in
fight
water.
each other.
So
You can just sense
Godzilla
it.
shows up, and here we go. The first fight scene.
Yeah,
Kick ass.
I thought it was cool.
It was
I thought
badass.
it was pretty cool. Yeah,
thought it was cool.
Badass. I mean, there was moments I was like wooing in the theaters.
I thought it was
Woo!
cool, but at the same time, I was like,
cool.
I thought it was cool, but at the same time, I was like, there better be better fight scenes than this.
Yeah,
Sure.
That's
and
how I
that-
felt.
that
No,
was
no, no.
probably the
I was
best
expecting
one.
that too. It was the first one.
It was the first one,
It was
so I was like-
round. It was round one.
For round one,
It
that was
round
cool.
one.
I know round 2 and 3 are gonna be better.
It was round
So-
one. It was cool, you know. I mean, again, what this movie really wins at is the special effects. It was
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh,
It was
100%.
amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I'll even go
But
as
that
far.
was to be expected. I think
Yeah.
they underutilized it because we all just wanted to see a giant lizard fight
That's
a
what we
giant
wanted.
gorilla.
That's what we wanted.
And they just didn't give me enough of that.
not
was
enough.
upset.
Like I think they
Nah.
delivered on a small scale.
Well, that's
Yeah.
that's one of the biggest problems too. We're like 40 minutes, half hour into this movie, we haven't even seen a fight yet. Like I thought they
Yeah.
were going to see a fight. I was told by my friends that saw this before me that they jumped right into it. 100% a lie.
Yeah, well, that's because he comes up to the facility. where
Yeah.
Maybe they're
building-
saying that wise, but not
Yeah.
like
I even-
monkeys.
Yeah,
I
but
even-
it's not an actual fight scene.
I
It's
even
just
said to
him
James,
destroying stuff.
during the movie, I was like, when are they fighting? Like,
Yeah,
let's
we
get
were wondering. About
let's
half an
get this
hour in.
going.
Well, I thought. I mean, like it was all. I mean, again, cool sequence. You know, they fall underwater and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And then
It also
it was cool
felt
sequence
like it was
when the
taking forever because it wasn't like they were setting up the movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it just,
But,
it just
okay.
felt longer.
Kong. No, God's no one who won the first round.
Well, so
technically.
Godzilla wins
Godzilla
it
wins.
Because
but the
he
humans
drowns
help
him.
him.
He drowns him,
He
yeah.
drowns him.
But then the humans were like
Kong would've
firing
died.
missiles.
Kong would have died if they didn't do
the
that.
humans didn't do
Yeah.
that bomb.
They didn't
thing.
send the bombs down to the water.
Yeah.
They sent Kong out to the
humans
surface.
saved them.
That was
Yeah.
kind of a cool scene that when
Yeah.
they back up and they fire everything up into
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
air
it was-
and
it was pretty
dives
good.
down like 1,000 feet.
And then
was
Kong
pretty good.
comes up and he like spits out all this water, which I even thought was pretty cool.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was pretty cool.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
pretty
he
cool.
just has all this water shoot out of his mouth,
Yeah.
and then he's like,
And then-
he's
because
passed out.
He was actually drowning, yeah.
Yeah,
But then I thought it was.
and
pretty
this part is
interesting.
so dumb to me.
Oh, what do you think?
This part is so stupid to me. We never even talked about this. They play dead, so
play
Godzilla doesn't come fight him.
I
You
didn't
thought
think,
that was okay?
I'm gonna say that
Yeah,
didn't bother me too much.
But I thought the issue was that he's a Titan. He finds other Titans.
I thought he can sense Titans.
Yeah, so you just turn everything off and you're fine. Like, if they would have made sense.
And
had
that
they
one didn't get me as
sedated
much.
him.
Like, it was
Had they
okay.
sedated him again, like resedated him, that would have made more sense.
because he
Yeah.
senses Titans, not boats. So I turned the
Yeah,
boats
Like
off.
the idea, the idea is that Godzilla is like really smart.
Sure.
He's really smart. So Kong's just plain dead, and he's still alive, but yet Godzilla believes it and just goes away.
Yeah.
He just goes away. he just
Silliness.
Yeah.
Silly. Okay, we're in Antarctica.
Okay.
And this little facility they're in, supposedly it leads to Hollow Earth.
yeah.
Hollow Earth is where all Titans originated. Is that what they
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. were saying?
That's what they said. All Titan. This is where the war
That's what
took
the guy
place.
was saying, right?
This is where all the Titans came from.
Stupid.
And they're explaining is that Skull Island is where Hollow Earth comes to the surface.
Oh,
That's what he said. So that's what Skull
Ruined
Island is.
Man. I didn't even know he said that.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that.
That
Yeah,
just
that's-
ruined. That just
So
ruined
Skull Island is Hollow Earth at the Earth's surface. Is what the idea was.
Stupid.
Yeah, that's why Kong is there.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
So okay.
So why didn't he just go straight back down then?
It's a great
Why
idea.
didn't he just
How'd he
know?
get there? How'd he get
they
there?
had to. The little girl had to keep signing to him home. He's like,
And there's a part coming out later we'll get to that just bothers the hell out of me.
All right, this is the part that bothers me about Antarctica is that we all agree that the little girl, communicating sign language with King Kong was
Yeah.
like the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
And she totally betrays him.
yeah.
She says, "Your family is down there."
yeah.
home.
pretty much. Yeah, she's
And she tricks
just
King
lies to
Kong.
him.
Yeah, just straight up lies to him.
Yeah.
And King Kong's pretty chill about
And he's
the whole
like,
thing.
yeah. And he's like, yeah. He starts going. He starts fucking
Yeah.
going.
And then he falls through the entire Earth's crust.
Falls through that. But you know, again, this is where shit started getting weird because now the humans have spaceships.
And the humans get shot.
Yeah, this
Excuse
was the
me.
point I nudged over to Michael, and I was just like, "Is it just me, or is this movie going off the rails here?"
Yeah, you did say that. And this is the part.
It's too much, right?
This is the part when I realized earlier. Okay, this movie sucks. This
when
movie
he got to
sucks.
Hollow Earth.
Yeah.
That's
And-
for me. I was just like, this is too much.
Well, like, look,
this is too much.
They got shot down in beams. They got shot down in beams. What was that?
And like,
It was
you
like
know, you know
lightning-
what?
it was like
and
beams.
here's the biggest issue with Hollow Earth. When Kong gets there, how did he know where to go?
Yeah.
And
And then when he floated, that was weird.
how did
Okay,
Kong? Wait, how did Kong
I think
survive?
I think that technically does make sense if you're in the middle of the Earth, though, right?
I guess
Gravity's
gravity.
going both ways.
Yeah.
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 How did Kong survive the fall?
That's
fall.
Is it just like a video game where they take no fall damage and
he was free falling?
Yeah, and he hits every rock along the way, every single one.
And he landed so
Kong was falling.
It's like a good 2-minute scene here where he's just falling
He's
down,
free falling.
just hitting everything,
And you even-
just bouncing around like a pinball.
That's actually so funny.
And there's actually a scene too where
I
like the
forgot.
spaceship goes right by Kong's face, and he looks right into him and like roars at him.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot.
And he's falling.
I forgot he just fell into Hollow Earth.
Yeah.
I thought it was just kind of like, oh fuck, I forgot he fell. Because it
Yeah.
was like a while. He was
And the
like,
way he fell, it was almost like he just slipped once and then just hit every stair going down.
oh, that's comedic.
Oh, it was so
yeah, he
stupid.
gets there,
It was so
and then they
stupid.
follow him to like he just knows where to go, right?
Yeah.
And then he's going through Hollow Earth. He's fighting these dinosaurs, whatever the fuck they are,
Well, and
Titans,
first of
other
all-
Titans.
First of all, there's a giant volcano that
Yeah.
they go inside, or a mountain where it has doors. By the way.
Oh no, so
And
yeah,
they
we're gonna
have
get to that.
doors.
So they follow him into that little.
Oh, that's right. You're talking about when they fight the
Yeah,
dragons first. My
yeah,
bad.
yeah.
So
But
he-
you're right.
yeah.
When they get to that,
Yeah.
it was just stupid.
Who built that? Who built the doors? Who built all these
Did,
statues?
did the early Godzillas and King Kongs build that? Like
were they-
the family, the dad, did their grandpa do it?
Were they architects or something?
Or are they just setting themselves up for prequels?
No, absolutely not.
They better
If they
not.
make a Hollow Earth movie,
Yeah, because that one didn't
I might
land.
fly to WB
Is it-
myself.
I just picture like an older King Kong with glasses, like using a hammer and like and creating statues.
Just chiseling it in.
You heard it here first. A Hollow Earth prequel with Godzilla and King Kong's grandparents.
And Mr. Kong, it's like a
I
scientist.
think
And they
the
talk.
three of us could write that movie.
And they talk. You gotta
think we could do
gotta
that.
smoke a little bit. You smoke a joint. But no, they okay. He gets to this place in Hollow Earth. Kong leads the humans to this place that
Yeah.
has doors and statues of gorillas.
yeah.
yeah.
And you're just looking at this like what? And then as he's walking, there's weapons everywhere. He sees an axe.
Yeah, and
he's
then,
like,
and then also,
"Ooh, axe."
there's a whole lot of other different Titans down there.
Yeah, there's a
Why
bunch,
is it
yeah.
all? Why is it all like towards Kong?
Yeah.
Like, none of the like.
Where are the other Titans?
Yeah, where are the
Where
other
are
Titans?
the other Titans?
And I don't want to ask that because that means if enough people ask that, they will give us a prequel.
Yeah.
Like, no.
No.
Cut that part.
We don't want that prequel. No.
Yeah.
But here's what I hated too. Like in
The
the
axe?
theater, the axe shit.
The axe was
It didn't-
ridiculous.
Okay, so here's what I gotta say about the axe, man, because this was another point where I just
Stormbreaker.
thought this was unoriginal. Yeah, because Hollow Earth kind of visually it looked like Wakanda to me.
Yeah.
Sure.
So like
I
I
see
kind
that.
of saw that,
Sure.
and I was just kind of like, okay, then maybe they're playing off of that. And then the axe comes in, and I'm like,
You're saying
that's
Thor?
That's Stormbreaker.
That's
That is
Stormbreaker.
definitely Stormbreaker.
saying
It
And then
looks
he
like
lays it on. Well, I mean, what
Okay,
was
okay,
that
so
stuff? Okay, yeah.
that's where I was working up to.
Because I thought it was
He had the
very
axe.
similar to vibranium in the way that stuff looks.
And they're watching him. They're watching him through the ship. And Kong is just there like, oh. And then there's a perfectly shaped axe.
They
axe
should have
thing.
added. They should have added that voice in the Kong.
You gotta edit over that.
Kong is looking at the axe, everyone. He's looking at the axe, and he sees it like perfectly laid out. There's like this carving of an axe on the ground. He's like, oh. And then everything lights up, and then there's this
There's radioactive
radioactive
blue.
circle, and then
It just
activates.
goes back to the point of no resistance.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It activates, and lo and behold, the perfect timing. Hollow Earth is apparently under fucking Hong Kong.
Well,
or-
before you get to that,
Okay, yeah, sure.
So somehow, some way, the villains.
the villains, yeah. The
somehow
villains.
predicted this exactly would happen.
Yeah.
She was down there at the exact right time.
Right.
To be able to get this radioactive blue
Right,
stuff.
right.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Too convenient.
They predicted this.
It is worth mentioning because we didn't say this yet. The main villain, his daughter, is on the mission.
Yeah, he's
with them.
okay. Here we
Yeah.
go. There's actually two main things going on that are stupid.
Yeah.
The Hollow Earth shit with the villain's daughter and the main characters, and then the Millie Bobby Brown podcast shit with the dad villain. So, as Kong is in Hollow Earth and he put the axe down upstairs in, was it Tokyo, Hong Kong? Was it Hong Kong?
It was Hong Kong.
Hong Kong.
Yeah.
In Hong Kong. Millie Bobby Brown. Let's jump back to them, right? Because this is like happening
Oh my!
simultaneously.
This is the part.
This is
where-
ridiculous.
This is the worst part of the movie.
This is
how so this is supposed to be like this giant. So this is when they reveal Mechagodzilla. Blah
Yeah.
blah blah. But
Yeah,
we're getting
yeah.
up to that. So this is supposed to be the biggest like facility with so many secrets, and they're just sliding
That's
through.
the problem.
They're just
So-
sneaking
Just walks
through.
through.
they get in because the podcast guy had like, I don't know, secret codes to get in or some shit.
Yeah.
And they're getting by every security guard, every security door like it's nothing.
No one
Did you
even
guys-
notices.
Like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch Stranger Things?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Stranger
Reminds me
Things.
She was
so much
great.
of Stranger Things season 3 when they're going through the Russian facility.
Oh yeah.
It's very similar to
Yeah.
that, how they were sliding through all the Russians and all the Russian
That
armor.
was a little too easy.
So
Too
But that was
easy.
okay because that was Stranger Things, you know.
Yeah.
This is too much.
This is just ridiculous.
So
Yeah,
okay.
it was almost like in Stranger
'Cause-
Things, they just didn't want to spend the time on it.
Yeah.
And this,
Mm-hmm.
it's just missing.
They just threw it
Right.
in there, yeah.
Now, the beginning of their adventure there, this is the beginning of a lot of dumb shit, more dumb shit. So, Millie Bobby Brown,
know about the
podcast guy,
beginning.
and the other guy, they're going around the facility.
So they sneak through.
They sneak through. They make their ways into this egg hatching
Oh
thing.
my
Where
God.
she's like skull crashers.
I
or
forgot
whatever,
about
whatever
those
fuck
because they
they're
never
called.
come back up.
Here's one of the 8 things that I hated, or billion things that I hated. When they get on that little egg
and
carrier
it's going 600
thing,
miles per hour.
this thing goes 600 miles per hour, and they're just like.
They're just like on a,
They're just hanging out.
They're on a transit.
You should be on the Gravitron. We're up against the wall at the carnival. How the hell?
Now I'm wondering how fast the Gravitron is
They were-
actually spinning.
Right. They were able, if you remember in the scene, they were on the ground taking a nap because this thing took
Millie
forever.
Bobby Brown
Yeah.
was standing up the entire time.
You're standing up the whole time.
The whole time.
So when they're there in the facility, they run into a room. Now this pissed me off. Because in Godzilla King of Monsters, they in the post-credit scene, you have King Ghidorah's head. And part of me is like, oh, they're going to bring King Ghidorah back. No, kids. They're not bringing King Ghidorah back. They used his skull to power Mecha Godzilla. And the Asian sidekick that the
skulls.
villain had... there was a 2?
There's 2 skulls.
Oh, there
yeah.
was 2 combined?
And that's
I
what-
just thought it was 1.
And that's why, where's the missing third one? Is that leading up to
Ridiculous.
another one?
But they see that...
Yeah, why bring back 2 and not the third?
Right.
exactly.
They see that the skull's there, and
Future
it's
movie.
powering the skull. The King Ghidorah skull is powering Mechagodzilla, and the Asian guy
Somehow.
is putting on this helmet to control Mechagodzilla through the power of King Ghidorah. And when he does it, his eyes roll back, and he's just like, "It's stupid.
It's so
it's
bad.
So stupid.
It's so bad.
It's stupid."
And they go into this.
It's when it went from being like
terrible.
a bad movie to
To
like,
a
oh
awful-
my god, what's
yeah,
happening?
Yeah. So then they go to this where the Mechagodzilla is. The three characters that we're following.
Here we go.
And they release these skull. What is it called?
The skull crawlers.
The skull
I don't know.
crawlers.
I don't fucking
They
know.
release them,
Yeah.
and they're about to get attacked. They're about to get eaten. And there's all these people watching. They don't notice these 3 people
No one
one
knows-
time.
They're in the feeding grounds
And
for
they
the
don't-
skull
nobody
crawlers.
notices them.
No one, and hey, they don't die. They just don't die. They just don't die. And then they made their
They survived. They
So
jumped down to, like, a little
They
hole.
actually made their way into that little skull that was controlling Mechagodzilla.
Yeah.
And then they get caught by the main villain.
Finally,
So as this is all happening,
after they lock the door by
here's-
1, 2, 3 combination.
yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm
Yeah.
trying to help everyone go through the movie right now. As this is all happening now, Godzilla's in Hong Kong, as King Kong is in Hollow Earth, Godzilla's on Hong Kong because Godzilla supposedly. Here's what I don't get either: how does Godzilla know the humans are building another version of him?
He senses it somehow.
How?
It makes no sense.
How? His force abilities?
The idea is that Kong can sense.
I'm
other-
trying to think of an explanation. I don't have.
I don't get that.
He sensed they're making a robot Godzilla, but yet he couldn't sense
So
that Kong
that's
was still alive in
stupid.
the water.
Yeah.
That's why
It just doesn't add up.
It doesn't.
which is why Godzilla's in Hong Kong.
Mm-hmm.
He goes there because he's like, oh, the humans are making a mean version of me. So he's there, and at this, I guess he senses Kong's in Hollow Earth. So he aims his snout down
Yeah.
and just starts breathing down, and somehow, luckily, hits the same exact spot that Kong's in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's say real quickly too. Let's say we have to mention too the daughter succeeds in the mission and getting the power to her father.
Okay,
where they
yes.
can power
Oh yeah,
up
and this was
Mechagodzilla.
a big
right,
issue
right,
for
right,
me.
right.
This was a big issue for me because they go through all the trouble of going towards Hollow Earth and stopping this, and Kong watches her take out the material that they essentially need.
Yeah.
And he just watches, and no one does anything about it.
So that was funny.
She's
when
outnumbered.
she was like, when
They're
that little
just really
they
cool
released
about her taking
as
it.
Kong is putting that axe down, ooh, and then she's released that spider bot, and then the spider bot kind of sucked up some energy, and here's what I didn't like too. Like Kong was just looking at it like, oh, And then the white lady.
You're smart enough to figure out sign language. But that doesn't,
what they're
doing. Here's the thing.
Raise any red flags.
That's not even a huge thing that bothers me because like he's a huge monkey. Why does he give a shit if they're taking a little tube of his thing? Yeah. But what I didn't get was when the white girl got mad, like the one that was with the girl, because she's like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Like just let him. In my opinion, just let him take it.
There are bigger issues at hand right now.
I have another theory. Another thought on Mechagodzilla altogether that I'll get into after we go over the movie.
Yeah.
But, so let's go back to where he beams down in the.
So again, guys, keep going.
So he beams down in the Hollow Earth.
Beams straight down.
Points his nose down.
Straight down.
He's like,
with immaculate accuracy.
Wait, do we know? Hang on. Do we remember the reason he did it, or because again, my reason was like he just sensed Kong was down there.
He sensed when he put the hammer down and it was set off the radioactive.
That's right.
So Godzilla was like,
hammer.
Yeah.
That was one of the other lamest parts of the movie is when he lays down the hammer and it powers
the dumbest shit. The dumbest shit.
So anyway,
Stormbreaker, as I should say. I'm sticking to that. Sticking to that.
This is the most ridiculous part of the movie for me. So the hole goes all the way down to Hollow Earth, and Kong kills the daughter of the villain.
Yeah.
He smashed their ship.
Yeah.
He climbs from Hollow Earth.
Michael hated this.
He climbs from Hollow Earth, the center of the Earth, right? That's where we're at.
The center of the Earth.
He climbs through the hole all the way up to the surface where Hong Kong is.
Like it's nothing. Like it's nothing in like 30 seconds.
They're like less than 2 minutes. Like, are we forgetting how
so
deep?
stupid. Because the court, listen,
I don't know. It took him longer to fall down than it did to get back up.
Did you not know? The Earth is flat. You didn't know?
Yeah. Well, now I'm starting to think so.
Now this brings up my question. If Godzilla was able to just burn a hole all the way down to the center of the Earth, why couldn't they just drill down then instead of going through the whole beams thing?
Because clearly
getting
to the center of the Earth is just like that.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And then they just come out like it's nothing. So you have to get beamed in the Hollow Earth. We saw how they got beamed, but yet they're able to just fly out through the hole.
Yeah.
So where's
the lava?
Actually,
like honestly, where the hell is the lava?
I hate to rewind. But going back, because I did want to ask this. Remember how he was like, we need Kong to get there, and they were following Kong?
Yeah.
Why did they need Kong, though?
They didn't. They
already
already tried to get there.
Because the thing is, if they already had that Antarctica site, and then if they just keep flying straight and then down...
I think they needed him to fight the other monsters down there.
They needed him to
was that it?
I guess.
I think they needed him to get him to lead him on Hollow Earth to know where they need to go to.
So maybe they knew how to get to the initial place.
Because they already knew how to get there because the guy that's leading the expedition team, his brother almost got there before, but didn't have the right vehicle and crashed and died.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, they crashed because the gravity.
Okay. Thank you for explaining that.
Yeah.
Because that part, okay.
So they were able to get to Hollow Earth.
Okay.
But they needed Kong to guide them on Hollow Earth.
Don't feel bad. There's a lot of plot holes.
There's a lot of nonsense. But okay, not to rewind, but okay, let's go back to it.
Can somebody help me? So you had to get beamed on the Hollow Earth to get there. Like, they went through like a beam, right?
I think so.
Is that what it was?
I need to rewatch that.
I thought they fly down.
I thought it was just a hole.
I thought they fly after Kong.
No, there's a beam. There's a beam.
He fell.
There's a beam.
Yeah, because I remember him falling.
He falls.
I'm telling you, they get
Was
beamed.
it a beam?
There's a beam.
I don't recall.
You have to watch it again.
I need to watch it again.
There's a
didn't
beam.
run that back.
There's a beam.
He just sounds crazy.
Play the video. Play the video of the beam on the podcast. Okay? You have to play.
Okay.
You have to play
if it's there, it's there. I would literally. That's actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
Let's play it now. If it's here. If it's not, I'm just gonna put like Michael's dumb.
Yeah.
Michael's dumb.
So anyway, so I just don't get like you go through all that to get there.
Idiot.
Yeah.
You go through all that to get there, but then you just fly through a hole to get out.
Yeah. So okay, here we go. Now. Godzilla burned a hole to the core of the earth where Kong is. Now Kong,
I
do
remember what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
Because he free falls through the entire earth, and then all of a sudden, then they have to go through a beam. That's the part that doesn't make sense. Is that they fall all the way through, like we said, that 2-minute scene of him just free falling, and then at the end of that, they go into that giant beam.
It's weird.
I thought it was before, but either way, we'll have to pull it out after the podcast.
I do remember what you're talking about.
We gotta look at it.
Because okay. So and there's actually a clip of it too. So now there's a huge Godzilla beam hole that he created, and it almost looked like they were trying to make it look like this. Kong looked. And then Godzilla looked as if they saw each other, but that distance is way too far for that to happen. It was like,
how can Kong climb it?
Kong climbed. Okay.
How can he climb?
Kong climbed.
Somebody tell me how he
Kong climbed from the center of the earth. That's how pissed he is against Godzilla. He's like, I'm gonna get this motherfucker.
They didn't even show any clips of that. I wish they showed him like climbing. Like he brought him to go
the
ferocious.
next,
because honestly, like in
And
the
there was
original
fire.
King Kong, like one of the best scenes is him climbing the Empire State Building.
Well,
That's
there's a few
iconic.
callbacks to that, which we'll get
Yeah.
to when we get to it. But okay, the next shot, because the explanation for the climbing, the next shot is just the axe coming over to Hong Kong. He's like, like he just climbed whatever.
It makes the movie makes it seem like Hollow Earth, like the center of the Earth, is like a mile in between
A mile
the top
away,
of the
a mile
Earth.
away.
Like, it's like a mile.
Right. So okay, now they're there.
Okay.
They're in Hong Kong. They start fighting.
All right.
It's sick. It's
That
bad.
is
It's cool.
cool. This
Listen,
is cool.
This
as
is the
much
cool
as we
part.
hate this
This is the
movie,
cool part.
come on now. This fight was fucking
This
sick.
is
fight
the
was
cool
awesome,
part.
man.
It delivered. I
And
will
it looked
say it was
amazing.
short, but it delivered.
It looked amazing.
It looked amazing. There was like, I thought it was cool. You know, all the buildings had these neon lights on them. There was actually a few shots of Kong on buildings that looked like the Empire State Building, and there was a beautiful shot where Godzilla like turns around and he was like on a building, like the old style, and he's
The
like,
size of Kong
And
still
yeah,
just
and as a UFC fan, I know Michael's gonna appreciate this. The way Kong was throwing hands, man.
badass.
He had some
Badass.
skills.
Yeah,
He had
Badass.
some
he had some
skills.
grappling skills. This is when
Those
Badass.
opposable thumbs did come into play.
he got the back. He got on his back,
Badass.
and he was trying to choke him out. That was awesome. It
The
was a great
axe,
scene.
the axe did its job. You
It
know,
still
it was
bothers
blocking.
me. It still bothers me how
Still don't like Stormbreaker.
Kong-
versus
Kong's
Godzilla.
size changed through the whole movie, and I wish you guys could see that. You
Yeah,
guys have to
well,
watch
here's
it
the
again.
thing. Here's the thing: is you watched it twice, and you said something about it when we walked out of the theater. And yeah, I was a little confused by that. Like when you saw it the second time.
Yeah.
You confirmed it.
Oh,
like,
100%.
Yeah.
He's as tall.
You think it's changing? His
He's
size?
as tall as skyscrapers in Hong Kong.
And Hong Kong, yeah.
Yeah, he's
huge.
as
Hong
big as
Kong has
Godzilla.
tall, so I don't
He's
know.
as big as Godzilla.
Sure.
But yet, when you go back to like Antarctica or even his base back on Skull
Those
Island,
are big though. Those are big facilities.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he looks way smaller. You got to rewatch it.
Okay,
I think
rewatch
they just didn't pay attention to the scale.
Yeah,
Maybe
Like, that's-
this,
they just screwed up
maybe the
detail,
special effects
yeah.
people are like, fuck it, like
It's
he's
not
this
a
size here,
huge
that
problem.
size
It's
there.
not a huge problem. It's just one of those.
I need to
that
rewatch it. I'm
yeah.
gonna rewatch it
Yeah.
and then really figure
But yeah,
that
the
out.
fight scene was awesome in Hong Kong.
Fight scene is badass. They fight in Hong Kong,
and they have a
then-
second round, and then one guy.
Well, here's the thing.
Kong wins round 2 because Kong actually. Oh, that's right.
No,
he-
Godzilla won.
no, so technically there's a
Godzilla
round.
kind of wins.
No.
Kong wins.
Kong loses.
Yeah.
No, so there's
In the
technically-
end.
There technically is a round.
But there's
2.
like a little break.
There's a little break.
It's very subtle, but it's like
So what happens is Kong has the axe,
Yeah.
and he's running through the whole city, like trying to run from the beam.
Right,
Then
badass,
eventually he like
too.
jumps. It's
that
really
was
cool.
probably the
It's
coolest
badass.
part,
There's
yeah.
a really cool scene where he's like jumping, like dodging the beam.
Yeah.
And he like blocks it one time with like this little saucer thing he has, and then he
Yeah.
grabs the axe. The beam hits the axe, and he slams it right down.
Did he knock
Godzilla's
Godzilla
head.
out?
Godzilla went back into a building, was kind of knocked out temporarily. He got put.
Yeah.
King Kong got pushed back.
Oh,
too.
so we're counting that was round 2.
Well, the only reason we're counting that is because I'm explaining it. So
Okay.
Kong gets pushed back, he gets up, and he like brushes his shoulders off and walks away. Then the guy
sign
in the
of victory.
spaceship, says, "Okay, guess round 2 goes to Kong." That's what he said. He actually said that in the movie.
Oh, okay.
He actually says that in
Well,
the movie.
see,
And
here's
then-
one of my problems is I think they put round 2 and 3 way too close
Way too
together.
close together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
and
that
then
wouldn't have-
which
if
goes
you
back-
wouldn't have noticed that detail. You
Which
would
is
have counted
why-
it as,
which
like,
is
one
why
fight.
now-
Right, if they never said round 2,
I'll be honest.
counts as one
The
fight.
whole time I'm thinking there was only two fights.
Technically,
Yeah.
there was 3 rounds, but
And we were
either
told
way.
like going in that there was going to be 3 rounds.
because round 2
Yeah.
and 3 take place like 2 minutes after each other in the same
Yeah.
spot.
Okay.
In the same spot.
Okay.
So anyway, that's when Kong was waiting for Godzilla to get
Yeah.
back up.
I think
Yeah.
they cut to Mega Godzilla
Yeah.
in between.
Yeah.
because that's
Yeah.
where Mega Godzilla starts showing up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or he's
So-
on his way.
So then Kong goes and waits for Godzilla to get back up, and then he gets up and they start fighting again. And that's when
That's when they start
Godzilla
fighting again.
beat the shit out of Kong.
More badassery.
Unfortunately,
yeah.
This is just a bunch of I don't even know what to say in detail. It's just badass. This is one of the best parts of the movie, the fight.
Yeah.
They're going back and forth. Then they had like a little roaring battle.
Yeah.
Like I think he had Kong on the ground.
Well, that's when he beat him. So he ends
That's-
up ends
yeah.
up breaking Kong's arm or like, dislocating his
Breaks
arm.
his arm.
He dislocates.
He says, "Say uncle, say uncle."
He dislocates.
Say uncle.
He dislocates Kong's arm and
Say
then
uncle.
scratches his chest over and over.
Scratches his chest.
Again. And
So okay, here we go. As this is all happening, here's Millie Bobby Brown again with the podcast guy. As they're in the facility, they got held up in the actual headquarters.
Oh my
And the
God.
villain is monologuing. He's like, "You will never see the light of day. You will,"
Well, no,
or something
well
like that.
before that, so
Very poor monologue. Very forgettable.
So when they get the juice, I call it the juice. When they get the blue stuff for Mechagodzilla,
Yeah,
it
I don't
somehow
think they ever even say a name for it.
It somehow overpowers Mechagodzilla, and it kills the guy that's supposed to mind control him, like electrocutes him. Which, by the way, I thought that was terrible visuals. That was the first time I thought all movie that it looked stupid. When he got electrocuted, you could like see the lightning bolt.
It was stupid.
Yeah,
I was like,
it was stupid.
Like
He was in the
I was like, that's
electric
like from
chair.
the 80s. That's like from the 80s. You can see the electric. So that's when Mechagodzilla can now control himself somehow.
Yeah, so who's controlling Mechagodzilla?
So
Is he like the Terminator?
It's
King Ghidorah.
King Ghidorah.
King Ghidorah, because
Somehow.
the energy from the skull is now in Mechagodzilla. And it's like King Ghidorah. Picture this. King
I actually like that a little better.
King Ghidorah possessed Mechagodzilla. That's essentially what happened.
How is King Ghidorah alive? How is King Ghidorah alive?
When it's stupid, and then
it's just
Mechagodzilla.
leftover energy. I don't know.
Mechagodzilla is now on his own, and he breaks free, and Godzilla sees him. He's
Well,
like,
we got to talk about Godzilla beat Kong, right?
Oh yeah, Godzilla beat
very
Kong.
definitively.
In a nutshell, Kong lost.
Kong,
and the director said this: there's a loser and a winner.
So
Kong lost.
Godzilla had his foot on Kong's chest, like roared at him. Kong roared
Yeah.
back, but Godzilla walked away, which, by the way, completely hated. It just made no sense. Why would Godzilla walk away and let Kong survive?
It doesn't make sense. He's the only threat.
You
to him
should
at
have
this
killed
point.
him. Why
the
didn't
whole
you kill
point,
him?
they were fighting the death, right? Were they not fighting the death?
Right.
So Godzilla has Kong beat on the ground and walks away, let him live.
Yeah.
But
Stay down.
But apparently Kong is still on his deathbed.
Yeah.
So, and we'll get to that later, how they revive him. Oh my god.
Ridiculous.
The way they revive
Kong
him
gets
is so
revived
dumb.
the dumbest way.
So anyway, Kong's dead, on the ground, dying, lower heartbeat. And Mechagodzilla breaks free.
Yeah. Mechagodzilla breaks free. Godzilla sees him break free. They start fighting. Again, more badassery.
It's
fighting.
badass. It's badass, but at the same time, it's just Mechagodzilla just destroying Godzilla. It's not even like
but
a close fight.
I just thought the Mechagodzilla
He was- yeah, no.
I didn't like Mechagodzilla.
Mechagodzilla.
He looked cool.
We talked about this when the movie ended too. Mechagodzilla should have been another movie. Why was he in this movie?
We discussed that it had a lot of Spider-Man
so Kong and
feels to it.
So Kong and Godzilla can team up. You don't need them to team up in a versus movie.
Yes.
You can have them do that in another movie.
100%.
But they're Godzilla's getting his ass kicked now.
Yeah.
And as he's getting his ass kicked, the humans are like, and then the little girl runs up. We need you. She like shows her doll to him. He's like, oh. and then the guy, the crazy guy who came up with the Hollow Earth shit, he's like, we gotta revive him. And then he goes in the
One of the worst scenes.
He goes in the human spaceship and puts the human spaceship on Kong's
and
chest.
essentially
This
uses
is an
it as
actual
a giant
scene.
car battery.
This is an actual scene, everybody.
Okay, so here's the. Can I say something that really bothers me? So he blows up the ship, reviving Kong. So he starts the ship in self-destruct mode or whatever. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, it pans to him on the ground running away.
Yeah.
How the fuck did he get on the ground?
How did he get off Kong?
How did he get off Kong? Apparently, Kong's like the size of a skyscraper.
Yeah.
How did he get off?
Did he just slide down the fur?
Yeah.
He just slid down the fur.
Like, come on.
In time for that thing to blow up, right? And just in time.
Yeah.
Like, how did he get on the
shit,
ground and
it's
just
pretty
start
bad.
running away?
Kong gets revived by the explosion of the ship and the electricity.
Yeah, they restart his heart.
Kong's like,
And
I'm
then
back.
the guy said
Undertaker gift.
the guy said some corny line too. He's like, "Get him, big guy." I'm like, oh fuck. And then
that was
said-
what I was saying to Mike.
Oh,
I
and
was
then-
just like, oh shit.
Oh, and then
I can't tell you how many
shit.
times I was like, what the fuck is this?
And then the
shit,
daughter,
yeah.
The little girl, communicates to Kong, saying Godzilla's not the bad guy. How does Kong know Godzilla's his name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like that's a good point too.
Yeah.
Like how does he know his name is Godzilla?
So okay, King Kong is up. Kong is up, and then
the daughter,
he sees
the little girl's like fight Mechagodzilla, not Godzilla.
The little girl's trying to sign to Kong. That's the enemy, not Godzilla.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh. Oh,
He's a very persuadable gorilla. Very persuadable gorilla.
put axe here, okay? He does whatever you want him to do. Apparently, get on boat, sure. So yeah, he
Not much of an apex predator.
Wait, could we say the little girl was a villain the entire time? Couldn't she just tell Kong, "Hey, stop fighting Godzilla and just bow to him"?
right,
And then he would bow, and then that's it.
Yeah,
You know?
nonsense.
Yeah, but you can't make kids the bad.
Okay, Kong's up. He sees Godzilla's getting his ass
This
whooped.
movie sucks.
It sucks.
It's pretty bad.
It sucks. He runs over and helps him out. Okay, we're getting to probably, I think, top 3, if not the worst scene in this movie too. He goes over again, badass. They're fighting him. The Mechagodzilla has a red breath.
I hate to
sick.
rewind though, but I will say a cool scene was when he actually put his shoulder back into place.
Oh, when he did that, that was
kinda
badass.
cool.
That was
yeah.
kinda
Kong
cool.
was able after he got revived. He put his shoulder back into place.
Yeah.
As they're fighting, Millie Bobby Brown, the podcast guy, and her friend are in the headquarters. No one else is there.
Oh my god.
No one else is there. And
Yeah.
Millie Bobby Brown, this is one of the worst scenes.
Oh
Millie
my
Bobby Brown is
God.
telling her friend, figure it out.
I'm cringing just thinking about this.
Yeah.
She's telling her friend, figure it out. And he's like typing in passwords. And the
Yeah.
podcast guy is like,
Alright,
do you know what you're doing?
So
I've
before,
only done.
before you say what you're about to say, going back, there was like this really cringy bottle of liquor that this guy carries
Okay,
around.
so no.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought this up.
In a
Yeah.
gun holster.
because this is
in a gun. in a gun holster.
so what
Like, that's a smart
what I
idea.
forgot to mention in when we first meet the podcast guy, whatever, he does say that he has like a bottle of whiskey.
And it was the last one his wife ever gave him.
And
before
he said he'll drink it the day he dies or something like
Yeah.
that. So okay,
That's
now
what
I'm
we'll
glad
call
I'm glad you said that.
So
because
he's gonna pull his whiskey out and get shot by a cop. Like, oh,
Yeah. Oh man.
But I'm glad you brought that up because it does need some more backstory. This terrible scene. The three Titans are fighting, blah 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 blah, and Millie Bobby Brown's telling her friend, figure it out. Which her friend is just some computer geek that had a van. Not even a computer geek. He's just some
No,
nerd.
It's his
Is he even
brother's
a nerd?
van.
He's
It
not
ain't
smart.
even his van.
He shouldn't have known what to
Yeah.
do. And as he's typing the passcodes
was
in,
he from Deadpool 2, by the way?
he is from Deadpool
Yeah, I
too.
thought so, yeah.
As he's
familiar.
typing the passcode, and podcast guy's like, "Do you know what you're doing?" He's like, "I've only done pirated DVDs before." Stupid. Why is he here?
Yeah.
And then they're trying to figure out how to shut down Mechagodzilla because they want to help.
Oh my
they want to help the Titans
God.
out. Lo and behold, he's like trying to figure out what do we do? The podcast guy pulls out his drink. He's like, "Well, I'm ready to die," and he drinks it. And he's like, and then the nerdy kid, terrible.
Yeah.
Drink, gets the whiskey, and pours it in the vents of the headquarters.
And you can see like the computer blow
Oh
up.
yeah, it just
my
blows
god! He
That
pours
was
it
the
in
worst
the
thing I've
machine.
ever seen.
Ever.
Pours it in the machine, everybody, and Mechagodzilla's like,
But you knew from the beginning that this bottle was gonna come back at some point.
Yeah.
But
I
you
just-
just
I
didn't
just
think it was
hope-
gonna be that bad.
I was hoping the guy was just gonna die for some
I
reason.
thought maybe
it would have been better.
I thought maybe he was gonna like splash in someone's eyes or
Yeah.
something. You know, like
No, the drink
Or
was
maybe
there.
it's his liquid courage before he does a
The
hero's
drink
death.
was there to destroy Mechagodzilla.
Yeah.
A bottle of whiskey
very
destroyed.
little bit left too.
Very little bit left.
Yeah.
They
He even made a point. He
They
like showed
poured
it.
They poured it on the. How does this work, guys? Why did that destroy Mechagodzilla?
I thought-
Alcoholism destroys lives.
And
guys.
someone's gonna try to
Does.
argue. Someone's gonna try to argue. No, technically it was Kong. No. The computer shut down. Then Kong saw a dead metal body and was like, "Oh, I destroy now."
You can go.
That's what
you can go
happened.
to like a computer from like the early '90s, like those big square computers, and
Yeah.
pour whiskey on it. Guarantee it doesn't blow up. Like that.
Yeah, not
be all right.
If anything, Mechagodzilla was the weakest motherfucker.
Yeah.
If anything, and
It just makes no sense.
That's just a huge Achilles heel in his
absolutely.
character.
And I remember. I think you saw my reaction in the theater. I literally was like, "No,
Yeah.
no,
No, because you know what? If they
That's-
were gonna have Mechagodzilla the way they did, I wanted to see one more badass fight. I wanted to just be a slot fest. You know,
Yeah.
I didn't need like Millie Bobby Brown and friend saving the day.
That's another point.
And
You
there
know?
were,
That's another point. I wanted Mechagodzilla to fight Godzilla and Kong longer.
Yeah,
I wanted the 2-on-1 battle to be a
and
little
I
bit
wanted
longer.
it to be about Kong and Godzilla winning.
Yeah.
You know,
again, whatever movie was going to come next, it should have been them fighting Mechagodzilla.
Yeah.
I don't know whatever the
Yeah.
hell it is.
Yeah.
But this was followed up by a more disgusting scene. After Mechagodzilla gets shut down and Kong like tears him apart, all three of them, woo! Yeah,
Yeah.
oh, it's just 90s, 80s
You should imagine
corniness.
them like pom poms.
I wouldn't have been surprised if Molly Bobby was like, "Yeah, go Godzilla, go!
give me a G.
Give me a K." Disgusting scene.
Yeah.
Awfully. I don't know how an executive or the director looked at that and was like, "This is good."
Yeah, and Kong,
Terrible
Kong
scene.
just chops
Yeah.
him up like easy. Like what kind of metal was that? He just chopped him up.
Chopped
pretty
him up.
easily.
Yeah.
Like,
And why was it so long to take? If it was that easy to get rid of him, it's not like the computer had a shield around him. Like, it was just
Yeah.
activated him.
what did that do?
What the?
Like when they did that with the computer, it didn't kill him.
It just if anything,
deactivated.
it just kind of made him haywire a little bit, like, and then Kong was like, "Oh, now's the time."
yeah. Who?
Oh, he like looked at Godzilla. Oh,
And then
no.
this is where my disappointment hit. Well, I was
Because
disappointed.
we're wrapping up now. It's almost at the end.
Yeah, so now Mechagodzilla's destroyed, and Godzilla and Kong have one last face-off.
And
I don't know
this-
about you guys.
this-
I actually thought they was going to fight again.
There was
I was-
intensity to the
I was
moment
hoping-
when
I
they
was
face
hoping
off
they were gonna
one
fight
last
again.
time.
I was like, they're going to fight again.
Yeah.
And even when Kong dropped the axe, I was like, oh, this is Kong saying, like, I don't need the axe. We're going to go fist fight.
Like, let's go with the hands.
I was like, let's go. I was like, this could
We
save
needed
the
another
movie.
fight. If anything, we needed just a longer fight.
Yeah.
We didn't need Mechagodzilla. We didn't need the humans in this fucking story.
I thought that'd be a great idea to have
Godzilla
them
is
fight.
kind of pussy for going back in the water like that too.
Yeah. Who's the real winner? You know,
Yeah.
Kong,
Right.
Kong was ready.
Yeah.
Kong was ready to put the
Ready-
axe down.
He was ready for the
He was like,
rematch.
"Ooh,
Yeah, so
ooh."
I thought that'd be a great idea to add one more fight after Mechagodzilla because everybody was like, "Oh, the movie would be over."
But to give it a true winner would have
Yeah.
definitely taken this up a whole notch.
Yeah, and
like
if it-
I don't think we'd be tearing it apart the way we are right now.
And if people are
had
talking-
we got that fight.
People
Yeah.
are talking about like this being the last one. If this was the last one, I would have no problem with one of them dying.
Yeah.
Why?
I would have no
Well,
problem
okay,
with that.
now, okay.
I did see
let's
that
wrap
the
it up
director.
real quick.
I did see that the director said that there was no post-credit scene because they want to keep it open. They want to see what the fans
Sure.
like.
Yeah.
And as a fan, I'll say, I want another King Kong movie.
Yeah, I do too.
Give
I
us.
don't really-
I think they should redeem themselves with something. But okay, to wrap it up
I
real
think
quick,
it might be too late.
the ending. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
thing. The ending again.
So they have the last face off.
they're looking at each other in the
They
sunset.
roar at each other.
Yeah, do they even roar? I don't know if they roar.
at each other. Yeah, Godzilla roars.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Godzilla roars. And then he
Godzilla
just walks away.
Kong puts the axe down. I think they give each other like a brother nod, like you good, we cool, and then we cool. Godzilla goes in the water like a coward. They don't fight, and then Kong's just kind of like, And now the humans bring him to a new facility. I mean, just that's it. They bring him to a new facility
And on Hollow Earth. On Hollow Earth.
on Hollow
Which,
Earth.
how'd they get down there again? I don't even want to think
There's a
about
new facility on Hollow Earth. They're
You
monitoring him
probably
on
just took
Hollow
the whole
Earth.
right back now that time.
And
It
then-
just
and
makes
then-
sense since you got up it so fast.
They all got walkies.
They actually have a rope now going on. You can just climb the rope.
No, it's just a ladder. It's just a ladder now. It's just a
Ladder.
ladder. They got walkies.
It's like a fireman's pole.
Just like a big gym
It's
class
kind of
with
a-
rope.
Kong gets up. He wakes up in the morning, and then the guy's like, he's going for his morning walk, and then he's like swinging around like it's a happy ending.
Once again, just leave him down there. Let him go.
why you guys gotta monitor him?
Why are you gonna monitor him?
Yeah, because at that point,
Let him be.
Because at that
Yeah.
point, don't you have Godzilla up on Earth?
Yeah.
So that he can take care of you from
shouldn't
anything
everything be
major?
at peace? Like what the
Yeah.
hell? So, and that's it.
You're never gonna need him again.
Kong and Godzilla go their separate ways. Kong is in Hollow Earth. Godzilla's on Earth.
Yeah.
They go their separate ways. The movie ends.
Yeah. With a giant hole on Earth now heading down the Hollow Earth.
Yeah, what do
Right.
you do about that? Like, isn't it going to be like a giant sinkhole? Won't it collapse in on itself?
Oh, by the way, Hong Kong's destroyed. Hong Kong is
Oh,
far
yeah.
apart.
Oh, I
past
wanna
that.
say that.
It's flattened.
The amount of,
How many people died?
The
amount
At
of-
least 50 million.
the amount of
right?
people that
Yeah.
people that died
At
in
least
that
50
fight.
million. There had
The
to be
way
at
they were
least
just
50
the way they
million.
were stomping around the city was nuts.
destroying like just all these
Yeah.
skyscrapers and towers.
But okay, that's how the movie ends. You guys just heard it all here.
Yeah,
Now I ask
very
you guys,
disappointing.
where do they go from here? Do
Michael?
we want to see them move on from here? What do you guys? What's your vote?
Here's the thing. I wouldn't mind seeing another Kong movie.
Yeah.
I just don't know how.
It almost feels like this was the end game, if anything.
What you could do. This is what you could do is
What
have
could you
another Titan show up.
Who though?
That's the problem.
I mean,
the problem.
here's
They
the
already
thing though.
used all-
They used all. Here's the thing. They
used
used all
all-
the popular ones. I do think in the old Japanese movies they have been known to throw a bunch out, but
There's more.
listen, Mothra's dead from
Mothra's
King of
dead.
Monsters.
And, yeah,
Ghidorah,
Mothra was, like, a
Rodan's
real big
dead,
Rodan's dead. Yeah.
and then apparently all the other Titans that were on the side are dead too. From
Well,
they said in
like
the
we said,
intro.
there's a third skull out there somewhere for Ghidorah, right?
Yeah, but like that's just
But I'm
rehashing King of
I'm
Monsters.
just saying the only way you could do it is have a third Titan come out, or another Titan
which
come
which
out,
should have been Mechagodzilla.
which raises Godzilla, come back, has a fight.
Yeah.
Maybe Godzilla's losing, and the humans are like, we need Godzilla's help. We need somebody to help Godzilla. Let's bring Kong up.
And hey, listen, we have an Instagram at YFN Movie Critics. Check us out there. We have a Twitter.
At YFN Movie Critics, and it's constantly posting new news every day.
We are posting as much as we can.
Yeah.
And guys, big round of applause for James Douglas.
Yeah, first guest.
Our first guest
he did
making
really well.
making YFN history.
Dude, I love doing it with you guys.
Yeah.
Loved going and seeing
I gotta
the
get you
movie.
guys one day.
I love talking about it.
Even maybe with more people here too, just
Yeah.
on the casual podcast and just
one,
talk whatever.
One thing
man.
I did want to say, man, about how we're talking about going to the movies.
Yeah.
It is worth going and seeing a bad movie sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You know,
sure.
You get to tear it apart. Like,
Sure.
Yeah.
Sometimes the car ride home is even more fun after a bad movie.
Yeah.
It is.
And
You
you know
know?
what? Here's what I'll say too. If this movie is worth it for anything, those fight scenes.
Yeah.
If you want to see these fight scenes in big screen, it's worth it.
Right.
Because these fight scenes were sick. The special effects were sick.
Kong's got a mean right.
Plot was just dirt.
Yeah.
It was just dirt. And then again, people could be watching this being like they're overthinking it, but it's what we do. You know,
what we
we're
do.
critics
Yeah.
and
We're
stuff
movie
like
critics,
that.
exactly.
We dissect it a little
Y'all
bit.
are underthinking.
Yeah.
Underthinking. I like that. But yeah, guys, that is the episode for you.
So for the next episode, we'll have to do Falcon Winter Soldier episode
another
3.
fight. Yeah, episode 3.
Only 3 episodes left.
Yeah, crazy,
That's crazy, yeah.
I gotta catch up.
Yeah.
Have you watched any of the episodes yet?
I haven't even got on WandaVision, dude.
Oh,
I'm
dude!
very embarrassed. I can't
Oh, no,
believe I
hop
just said
on that,
that.
hop on
I can't
that.
believe I just said that on camera.
No, you're gonna love that. You're gonna love that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
hop
well,
on
that's
that.
what I've been hearing is like
Yeah.
Phase 4 is
It's kicking
it's
butt.
good, and
especially
I
with
really,
these shows.
at the
Do you
end
know
of
anything about
Endgame-
WandaVision? Let me.
I
What are you
don't,
spoiled?
I don't know any of the spoilers, but
Okay,
I
good.
just love the style that they go through the decades of sitcoms.
It's good, and they do a
just
good job too.
pay
yeah.
homage to
They do a great
everything
job.
along the way.
Yeah.
They do
I
a
love
good job
that.
with it too. All right, well,
Yeah.
that's great. This was our first guest star.
Thanks for having me on.
More
guys.
to come.
I
This
would say guest, not guest star. So.
these two,
Going
quick,
out, Pat.
just to give some backstory. We all know each other from middle school. These two have been
Yeah.
buds.
Yeah.
Have you guys been friends since before middle school?
6th grade.
Yeah, 6th grade.
Sixth grade.
Yeah.
So that's where we all met. I think in
Yeah.
shoot. I don't even think. I'll be honest. I don't think we had classes together. I think we just knew each other through mutual
Yeah,
people.
I think so.
I think we just
The
sat
Steve-
up-
And that is it. That's
Whoever's
the
our
episode
next
for you.
guest has a lot to big shoes to
Yeah,
fill.
you got some big shoes to fill. And hey, this won't be your first time.
No,
Or
you'll
last.
be
This won't
back.
be your first. This won't be your last time on.
and you're,
Good.
and
I'll tell you
you're
that
going to
much.
be going to see the
And
movies with
whether
us.
whether
Yeah.
I'm able to make it or whether y'all want to have me on,
Of course.
hit me up. Let's
Yeah.
go see some
Go
movies.
see some
Yeah.
movies. We love movies here.
All right.
And everybody, that has been the episode. We are your friendly neighborhood movie critics. And remember, with great power,
Comes great movies.
rock and roll. There we go.
What do you think of that?
Was I supposed to say anything?
Oh, wait. We should combine him with it. Hang on.
No.
No, don't combine me with this. This is y'all. Yeah, this is y'all.
Okay. All right.